Hello everyone. So in this video, let's talk about a condition called as small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, which is highly discussed as a primary root cause for occurrence of IBS or irritable bowel syndrome. When it comes to the bacterial overgrowth, the presence of bacteria are normally seen in the large intestine. If you really look at the amount of bacteria present in milliliter of the juices or fluid, in the stomach it's about 1000 bacteria are present per ml of stomach fluid. When it comes to the small intestine, it's about 10,000. When it comes to the large intestine, it's more than 1 trillion of bacteria present in per ml of fluid present in the large intestine. So the main location for bacterial buildup is primarily in the large intestine. When this bacteria grow within the small intestine or when there is a increased production of bacteria or growth and multiplication of bacteria that happens in your small intestine, this particular condition is called as a small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, because small intestine also contains very little amount of gas. When it comes to the location of gas buildup, the primary reason for you to get bloating and pain is because of this gas buildup in the small intestine, because it's a very tricky site for the gas to expel from the body. When it comes to buildup of gas in the stomach, it normally comes out through the oral route. When it comes to gas buildup in the large intestine, it can actually just go through the anal route. Whereas when it comes to the small intestine, the gas is literally getting trapped in there. And any medicines that you take for gaseous distension, what it does is it only helps in breaking down the gas, but it doesn't really completely remove the gas buildup from the small intestine. And when there is increased production of gas, this can definitely cause various inflammation in the body. Okay, and even within the membrane of the small intestine, which can then further lead to leaky gut syndrome, like your mucous membrane gets damaged, and you will actually get an intolerance of a lot of different food stuff. And all these things can actually just lead into either constipation or diarrhea, because there is partially digested food, so you're not able to eliminate this food from your body. Okay, so this can also happen when there is increased intake of antibiotics, because when you are actually on antibiotic for longer period, this can also destroy the normal bacterial flora, and also it can destroy the balance between your healthy bacteria and also or the friendly bacteria and the disease forming bacteria. So it can create a total dysbiosis in the mucous membrane of your intestine. And so these are the major causes for this, and this can also happen. This kind of intestinal bacterial overgrowth can also happen whenever there is a comorbid condition like autoimmune conditions or hypothyroid or even Hashimoto's thyroiditis. It can also happen with diabetes. So all these different conditions can also result into this dysbiotic situation or bacterial overgrowth, resulting in increased permeability of your intestine, which can also lead into a lot of deficiency of nutrients. It can also lead into toxic buildup in your blood. So this can lead into many other conditions, including autoimmune conditions. So it's a vicious cycle. Because of an autoimmune condition, you can actually get IBS, or because of improper functioning of your small intestine and bacterial overgrowth, that can also lead into autoimmune conditions as well. So we need to ensure that the gas production in the small intestine is minimized by way of positive lifestyle, good exercise, and also eating properly. There are certain food stuff that needs to be avoided, and all these things we'll be discussing in the coming videos. Thank you for watching.